Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain read the lines of English literature, class 8th, chapter 1st. And in the previous videos, I explained exercise A and B and C also, but there were some mistakes in exercise C. So again, I explain exercise C and listen it carefully and watch it. Exercise C, there is given, holding the card tight in my hand, I hurried to a lonely corner of the ship and read it. These are the lines of the question, and in the previous video I explained the reference of this chapter. So the reference you can write in this way, that these lines have been taken from the lesson The Face on the Wall, written by E.V. Lucas. And the first question of this exercise is, which card was the speaker holding in his hand? Which card was the speaker holding in his hand? So you can write the answer of this question, that the speaker was holding the card given to him by the man with the face on the wall. The speaker was holding the card given to him by the man with the face on the wall. In this way, you can write the answer of question first. And the second question is, why was the card important for the speaker? Why was the card important for the speaker? So everybody knows that why was the card important for the speaker. You can understand from the chapter. The card was important for the speaker because it revealed the identity of the man who occupied the little man's thought day and night. The card was important for the speaker because it revealed the identity of the man who occupied the little man's thoughts day and night. So in this way you can write the answer of this question. Now question third is, what was the speaker's reaction after reading the card? What was the speaker's reaction after reading the card? So you may write the answer. After reading the card, the little man's eyes grew dim and his head reeled. He remembered nothing more until he found himself in a hospital at Bolgan. So you can write the answer. After reading the card, the little man's eye grew very dim and his head reeled, and he remembered nothing. He forgot everything, and he found himself in a hospital at Bolgan. So in this way you can write the answer. Again I repeat the answer. After reading the card, the little man's eye grew dim and his head reeled. He remembered nothing more until he found himself in a hospital at Bolgan. So in this way you can write the answer. Our answer can be written. Now the next exercise in your textbook is given, that is read to infer. So first question is of read to infer. First question is, which sentences suggest that the little man raised the curiosity of the listeners. Which sentences suggest that the little man raised the curiosity of the listeners? This is the first question of read to infer. So answer of this question will be, there are some points for these questions. The sentences which suggest that the little man raised the curiosity of the listeners are as follows. The sentences which suggest that the little man raised the curiosity means utsukta, of the listeners are as follows. Means how the listeners became eager to hear the story of the little man. First point is, we begged him to begin. The listeners requested the little man to begin the story. So first point you can write, we begged him to begin. The second point is, we looked at him and at one another and waited. The listeners looked at him and at one another, they looked at one another and they waited for the story. Just as he was at the door, one of the company asked him what he considered the third most interesting existing thing in connection with his deeply interesting story. So the third point was that just as he was at the door, when the storyteller, when the little man was leaving the place, one of the listener asked him about the third remarkable point, and this shows that the listeners were very excited and they want to know the third remarkable point. So you may write the answer in this way. Just as he was at the door, one of the company asked him what he considered the third most existing thing in connection with his deeply interesting story. So these are the sentences which suggest that the little man raised the curiosity of the listeners. Now the second question is, what did the disappearance of the face from the wall signify? What did the disappearance of the face from the wall signify? Signify means महत्व बताती है. What did the disappearance, विलुप्त हो जाना, अदृश्य हो जाना, of the face from the wall signify, किस बात को इंगित करती है, किस चीज का महत्व बताती है? कि वो उस दीवार पर बना हुआ जो चेहरा था वो डिसअपियर हो गया, यानी कह सकते हैं कि वो अदृश्य हो गया. सो यू मे राइट द आंसर इन दिस वे. द disappearance of the face from the wall signifies that the person to whom the face belongs, Mr. Ormond Wall, was died. Disappearance of the face from the wall indicates that the person whom the face belongs, Mr. Ormond Wall, was died. So this signifies the disappearance of the face from the wall. Now the third question is, what were the three most extraordinary things about the story the little man narrated? I have explained this when in the story that what were the three most extraordinary things which makes the story interesting and which the little man narrated. So those were the three things as given below. These are the 3 points. First point you can see. So you may write the answer in this way. The 3 most extraordinary things about the story the little man narrated were as follows. The first point was, the first thing was that a patch on the wall of a house in London not only resembled the facial feature of a gentleman in America but also had a close association with his life. So this was the first extraordinary thing. You have understood, I think. The second one was that the gentleman's name should bear any relation to the spot on which his features were being so curiously reproduced by some unknown agency. It means the second remarkable thing was that the spot name and the name of the man, Mr. Ormond Wall, has some features, and those features have some curiosity, and it was so by that reproduced by some unknown agency. So in this way you can mention the second extraordinary thing. The third most important extraordinary thing was that the third one was that the little man made up the story by half an hour ago. It means the third was very interesting and extraordinary, because the little man who was narrating the story, he imagined the story just before half an hour ago. So this was the third most extraordinary thing. So in this way you can write the answer. Now we will discuss. We will come to the exercise about discuss. Do you think the little man was an interesting storyteller? The question discuss is given. Do you think the little man was an interesting storyteller? So you may write the answer in this way. Yes, the little man was an interesting storyteller because he left the people at Dabney's enraptured with his story. They completely believed the story and were left in shock when the man revealed in the end that the story was made up by him. So the listeners were raptured. The people at Dabney's enraptured with the story. They were interested, and they were insisted to hear the story. They completely believed the story and were left in shock. They believed the story and they were shocked also when the man revealed in the end. When they were shocked when the man revealed that the story was just an imagination. That the story was just an imagination. So this all proved that the storyteller was an interesting storyteller, or the little man was an interesting storyteller. Now the second question is, Do you believe in the occurrence which cannot be supported by science or logic? Do you believe in the occurrences which cannot be supported by science or logic? Discuss in class. So there happens some such things behind which there are not any logic. So in the answer you can write, yes, there may be such occurrences which cannot be supported by science or logic, as the little man narrated a story which was nothing more than an imagination. There was no logic, it was just an imagination. So you can write the answer in this way as I have taught you, or you may write by your own in your own words. So in this way the exercises of chapter first have been finished. Now one more exercise is there in the book. Match the idioms in column A with their meanings in column B. There are matchings in your book, students. So if you have books, you can match this exercise. First one is truth needs no color. Truth needs no color means truth needs no proof. This matching will be this: truth is truth, it needs no decoration. सच सच होता है, इसको सजावट की आवश्यकता नहीं होती है, सजावट की आवश्यकता नहीं होती है. So in this way you can write the answer. Truth will out. Truth will out. This people will find out the truth even if you try to keep it secret. एक ना दिन सच्चाई सामने आ जाती है. लोग चाहे कितनी भी इसको छुपाने का प्रयास क्यों ना करें, लेकिन ये सच्चाई वापस सामने आ जाती है. So people will find out the truth even if you try to keep it secret. Half the truth is often a whole lie. Half the truth is often a whole lie. So this will be the answer. If you do not tell the complete truth, it is the same as telling a lie. If you do not tell the complete truth, it is same as telling lie. So in this way you can match this exercise. Now the next is a liar is not believed when he tells the truth. Yes, a liar is not believed when he tells the truth. Liar is liar, it is said. So you match this one to this. People will not believe anything a liar will say. People will not believe anything a liar will say. So you match this exercise, this phrase in this way. Now the fifth one is bend the truth. Bend the truth. To say something that is not completely true. Bend the truth means to say something that is not completely true. This will be the answer of this idioms. Now the sixth one is nothing could be further from the truth. सच से दूर कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है. सच से दूर कोई नहीं भाग सकता है. You may write the answer in this way. Truth could be further from the nothing could be further from the truth. सच से कोई भी दूर भाग नहीं सकता है. So you may write the answer. To suggest that something is not true, to suggest that something is not true. You may write the answer in this way. You match this from this column. So you have finished we have finished this chapter, and you have to write your answers in your fair notebooks, students, and you have to learn these answers. Now I am going to chapter number 2, Arya-trapped reformation. Arya-trapped reformation. Reformation means regain, or you can say formation. Reformation means regain, re-achieved. So Arya-trapped reformation, this is a story of a detective and a burglar. Have you heard the expression to turn over a new leaf? It means to change one's way of life to become a better person. In Hindi you can say that किसी को नया जीवन प्रदान करना या नए जीवन को प्राप्त करना. Think of an example of this expression in your life. Share your experience with the class. So you have to think about this example, and you have to share your experience with your friends. And the next point, how do you think this expression is related to the title of this story? यह जो phrase है, this expression to turn over a new leaf, यह expression इस स्टोरी से कैसे रिलेट करता है? नए रास्ते में आ जाना, ये नए जीवन को प्राप्त कर लेना, या अपने जीवन की गतिविधियों में सुधार कर लेना, प्रयास करना उसको सुधार करने का, इम्प्रूव करने का, ये हमें इस कहानी में किस प्रकार हम इसको रिलेट करते हैं. हाउ वी रिलेट दिस expression through this story. We have to read the story and understand the story, and then we come to the conclusion. So let us start the story, reading with meanings and explanation. So every student is advised to listen the story carefully and pay attention to each hard word and its meaning. Mr. James Valentine walked out of the prison into the sunshine, a free man. Mr. James Valentine is a character here in this story, students. Walked out, went out of the prison. Prison means jail. Into the sunshine. It was a sunshine during the daytime. And a free man. He was released from the jail. He was released from the jail, and he was free now, and he went out of the jail. He directly went to the cafe of one Mike Dolan. Where did he go? He went to the cafe, a small restaurant. Cafe is a small restaurant of one Mike Dolan. And the owner of the restaurant was Mike Dolan, who was alone behind the bar. And at that time, Mike Dolan was alone behind the bar and shook hands with him. And Mike Dolan shook hands with him. Shook means होता है मिलाना, हाथ मिलाना. With him means who is him? Him means Mr. James Valentine. Sorry, we could not make it sooner, Jimmy. my boy, said Mike. Mike Dolan said that we are sorry to get you soon get you out of the jail soon, Jimmy. And in this way, he felt helplessness. Mike felt helplessness to get him out of the jail. Feeling all right, he also asked, "Are you right? Are you feeling well?" "Fine," said Jimmy. Jimmy said, "Yes, fine." Got my key, and he requested to give him his key. He got his key and went upstairs. He got his key and went upstairs. James Valentine got his key and he went upstairs. Unlocking the door, he unlocked the door of a room at the rear. He unlocked the front doors. He unlocked the front door and went into the room. Everything was just as he had left it. Means everything inside the room was same as he had left it. Even Ben Price's collar button that had been torn from that eminent detective's shirt when they had overpowered Jimmy to arrest him. So Ben Price's collar button that had been torn from that eminent detective shirt when they fought or quarreled Jimmy to arrest him. So Ben Price's collar button was also there, and it stuck out from his shirt when they overpowered Jimmy to arrest him. Means everything, even the button of collar of Ben Price detective means jasus, spy, detective shirt was there also, and it was lying there. So when Jimmy Valentine went into the room, he found everything, every material as usual inside the room, and even he found the detective's button shirt which was lying there inside the room. So in the next video I will explain from here. So enjoy your time, stay home students. Thank you.